Hey, what's up everyone? This is your friend Sanjay and today we are going to understand projectile motion. So what are projectile motion? Projectile motion are motion in two dimension. Okay, first of all we need to understand motion exists in one dimension and two dimension. Projectile motion and circular motion are examples of motion in two dimension, while linear motion is an example of motion in one direction. Okay, so that is body will move only in one axis, we don't require two axes. But when I'm talking about motion in 2D, so motion in 2D means the body will be mapped into axis. One is x axis, one is y axis, reference axis. Okay, so circular motion is an example of motion in 2D and projectile motion. Okay, so projectile motion best example is motion of a ball when someone throws it in air. So this is how a ball moves in the air. Alright, so this trajectory, this path that the ball follows, it is nothing but a motion in two dimension. Okay, anything when you throw upwards in air, it is projectile motion. Even if you kick a football, that is a projectile motion. That's a clear case of projectile motion. Now let us understand what is this trajectory, what is the nature of this trajectory. Mathematically we are going to see what is projectile motion. Alright, so for that, as I already told, we have motion in one axis and second axis. Okay, so to consider this case, if this is my velocity at which I am throwing a ball, so that is my initial velocity, and when this ball is going to reach the ground, that is the final velocity. So this initial velocity is neither in vertical direction or in horizontal direction, it is somewhere random. Okay, so it has to be splitted, and as per the resolution of vector, we can state this component of u is u cos theta and this component is u sin theta. Okay, so u cos theta, u sin theta, where theta is the angle of projection, the angle at which you are throwing the ball with respect to the horizontal, and this part is already covered in my previous video, resolution of vectors. Okay, so I am throwing something with the initial velocity u, and that has got two components, u cos theta and u sin theta. Okay, so you can consider this as a combination of two motion. One motion is in horizontal way, and one motion is in vertical way. So in horizontal direction, the initial velocity is u cos theta, and in vertical direction the initial velocity u sin theta. You just have to remember only this much. Okay, now proceeding further, two important things are there that you have to understand. In horizontal direction, the acceleration is always 0. So when I am considering a projectile motion, and this particular projectile motion is split in two cases, horizontal case and vertical case, I am saying that in horizontal direction the acceleration is 0. Okay. If acceleration is 0, I can consider the body moves with a constant velocity in horizontal direction. In that way also you can remember this part. Talking about the vertical component of u sin theta, the acceleration along vertical direction, that means along y axis, is always g. Plus g or minus g depends on if the particle is moving upwards or downwards. Okay, generally I am taking it as g. If it is upward it would be minus g, and if it is downward it would be plus g. Okay, now as per the equation of motion, first equation is v equals to u plus at. The second equation of motion is s is equals to ut plus half at square. Here we will be using the second equation. So considering horizontal section, my displacement is x, initial velocity is u cos theta times t, plus acceleration is 0, so straight away everything becomes 0. That means my t is x upon u cos theta. Okay. For the second section, that is vertical section, considering the same equation, s is equals to ut plus half at square, the displacement s in this case is y, because it is vertical direction. So y is equals to ut, the initial velocity along vertical axis is u sin theta times t, plus half acceleration would be minus g, as I have already stated earlier, times t square. Alright, now that is going to give me y is equals to u sin theta times t minus half g t square. So we have to notice one thing, for these two sections, horizontal section and vertical section, something is common, and that is time. Why? Because both the motion are happening at the same time. I mean they are happening simultaneously. So time has to be same for both the cases. So if time is same for both the cases, I can equate this t into that equation. So let us equate and see what we get. Therefore, what I get y is equals to u sin theta. I am equating this in equation number 2. So y is equals to u sin theta times, what is t? T is x upon u cos theta, okay, minus half g times t square. So again instead of t I am writing x upon u cos theta, okay, the whole square. If I am comparing this equation with y is equals to ax plus bx square, if I am comparing this equation with this equation, I can clearly see that this equation is nothing but is similar to the equation of a parabola. Yes, this is a equation of a parabola. It's a general equation of any parabola, y equals to ax plus bx square. So I can say that the equation of projectile motion is nothing but the equation of a parabola. Hope the video is clear to you. Thanks for watching.